Hey guys, welcome. In this video, I'm gonna do my best to give every one of you a guide for the tactical display for our ships in Star Citizen. Now, I don't call this radar, I call it the tactical display. The reason is radar might be a little bit confusing or misleading because radar is also related to our physical radar on our ship, which we have, and that is a different topic. So this is only for the tactical display. However, this can be quite buggy sometimes. Sometimes when you finish a quantum jump, you will find that your tactical display disappeared from your ship. And for some people, they almost never really pay attention or use this tactical display. So even if it disappears, it doesn't really matter. However, this is a very useful tool for you to use. So if it disappeared after a quantum jump, my solution is simply turn the ship off. And then turn the ship on, turn the engine on. So now your tactical display just appeared. And for this video, I'm gonna be using the carrack for this tutorial. And on this carrack, if you go to the upper bridge, I really love the ship that has two bridges. So the upper bridge, you also see this display here, the big globe. And for many ships, we have this. However, I found this to be non-functional, so can't really interact with it, cannot zoom in and out, and the direction is just fixed like this. But we'll test this as well. You also have another tactical display on the command console right here and right in front of you. This one you can also interact. So let's just use the pilot seat tactical display for the carrack. I actually did a tactical display guide video for this in the 3.24.2. And the ship I was using is a Zeus. And you can see the difference. This is the tactical display a year ago. And right now, it has been simplified a lot. The first feature regarding this tactical display is directions. And that is indicated by this number on the bottom on the left hand side, 268 degrees. Now, if I move the ship around, you can see that that number does not change. Is there something wrong with the direction? No, there's nothing wrong with it. The reason is because we are in space. In space, where is the direction exactly? What is up, what is down, what is left, what is right? There is really no direction unless you give it a reference point. And the only reference point is when we jump to a planet. For example, person.
Quantum drive is now off.
Alright, we have arrived on Herson and now you can see that number is changing. So this number right here indicates direction is exactly the same as in our compass. 360 degrees or 0 degrees indicates north. And on every single planet, OM1 indicates the north for the planet. If you don't know that, OM1 north, OM2 is south. So let's see, we rotate to 360 degrees, which is 0 degrees. And now looking for OM1, should be right in front. Oh, right here underneath. Yes, exactly OM1. So if you're aiming at OM1, the degree is exactly 0. Now rotating to OM2, and that should be 180 degrees. Looking for 180, and that OM2 should be right there. Yep, OM2, exactly 180 degrees. Now the east will be 90 degrees, which should be, I forgot the OM point. Let's see, I can't see which OM is that. Oh, OM6. Okay, so OM6 indicates the direct east. Then 270 degrees will indicate straight west. And 270 right here, and that is OM5. So this is how the direction works. However, on the edges of the display, you see the number is always 0 degrees, 0 degrees. But if you look at the previous radar thing, you can see the degrees that is marked on the edge of the radar. This is 90 degree, 360, 270. That is one of the feature I think is really good previously, but right now you don't see that. However, you can see that over here. The first number indicates direction, but you can only see that when on a planet. The second important feature will be the zoom in and zoom out of the tactical display. And that's indicated by the number on the right hand side. It says 60 kilometers. This is the radius of the scan range for this tactical display. You can zoom in and zoom out of this by simply hold down the keybind F and then move your mouse into the plane of this tactical display. And then use your mouse wheel. Scroll up is to zoom in. Scroll down is to zoom out. You can zoom in all the way to 0.0 kilometer or zoom out all the way to 60 kilometers. The zoom out range, as far as I tested, is exactly same for every single ship, big or small. So just arrived at Evers Harbor and we have some abandoned ships around Evers Harbor. Now, when you zoom in, you can see those ship markers disappearing from your display because they are further away. Now, if you zoom in, you can slowly see those markers. And you can even target those ships by simply clicking it. So that's a Drake Corsair. You see exactly the silhouette of the ship when you target that. And then when you zoom out, they become smaller and then disappears. However, there's one feature that has changed. Well, as far as I know, because I couldn't find it, which is the lock feature. Previously, you can see in this old video, under this radar, you have this lock symbol. This means that the zoom in and zoom out amount has been locked. You can do that by simply hover above the tactile display and right-click your mouse button to lock, and then right-click again to unlock. Right now, we just don't have that feature anymore. I right-click, and then I can still zoom in and zoom out. Enemy ship, friendly ship, and neutral ship will all have different colors on the display. So that's the next important feature. What's on the display? How do you distinguish them? How can you tell which is which? And number one is the direction or relatively position of whatever targets in relation to your ship. You can consider this tactical display as a two-dimensional plane, and that two-dimensional plane is parallel to the plane of your ship. And that plane of your ship is indicated by the little solid circle underneath each of the ship. You can see this Pisces underneath it has a solid circle. Every single ship underneath it will have a solid circle and then connected by the dotted line, which means this particular ship is above the horizontal plane of your ship because the solid circle is underneath that ship. So if I rotate my ship like this, the position has been reversed. The solid line is above the target ship, which means right now this target ship is underneath the horizontal plane of your ship. It's below me. So if you want to aim at that ship, you need to rotate your ship and then you can see that ship. If you aim directly at it, you don't see that solid circle anymore because that ship is on the exactly horizontal plane of your ship. Oh, we have a ship that is moving. So target that ship. You can see that is a Hercules. And the white color means neutral ship. It's not in your party and it's not hostile. So they're neutral. They've got nothing to do with you unless you do something to them or they do something to you. And now I just see another ship approaching. And he is approaching me really close. You can see he's catching up on me. And if I click it, it's a Drake Buccaneer. Oh, you can even see the landing gear of that Drake Buccaneer. If I retract landing gear, or I guess not. So that landing gear is a feature. Whether you retract landing gear or not, it will show up that your ship has a landing gear down. Oh, I just got target locked. That Buccaneer has turned hostile. Now you can see the color changed. Once a ship turns hostile, the color will change to orange. If I untarget him, and you can see that color change as well. It becomes an orange triangle. However, if I invite Luke to the party, and the moment he received my party invite, that color has changed to green. So if you target that ship, it's a green ship, means it's a friendly ship. That doesn't mean he won't be able to shoot at you. He can still shoot at you, but it just won't show hostile anymore. Now he's shooting at my ship again, and I'm getting hit, but the ship is showing green because that's a party member's ship. Okay, let's test this on one of the NPC combat missions. Okay, we have contact. And that contact is 10 kilometers away, so let's actually zoom out a little bit. Oh, wait a second. I have lost the ability to zoom out. What's going on here? Yeah, I am not able to zoom out my radar anymore. Is this a bug, or is it because I'm entering into an asteroid field? It's locked to 5 kilometers. This is not good. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Keep going. And still cannot zoom in and zoom out. But I see the orange triangle coming toward me.
Okay.
The first ship is close. Actually, this ship is the closest. Right above me. And destroyed. And now looking for more targets. I am still not able to zoom in and out of my tactical display. Oh, this ship is moving toward me. So target lock that ship. And then move above. Ready to shoot. Fire. I don't have the pip on the pilot-controlled weapon. Another one down. The next circle behind me is an anvil arrow. So if you just use number key 5 to target lock an enemy ship, you can immediately know what ship is that on your tactical display without turning around to look at that ship. Or you can simply look at your target MFD. Arrow is down. Nice. The next feature regarding the tactical display is that it not only can display the target ships, whether friendly, neutral, or enemy. It can also display... Oh, I think I'm going down too fast. There we go. It can also display the resources that you scanned. So right now my radar... Oh, yeah, right now my radar is unlocked. Somehow during combat, my radar is locked to 5 kilometers. But right now I can scroll now. I see multiple resources around me. And on your tactical display, you can see those resources circled. Circle. If you click it, it doesn't really show you the information. No, it doesn't show you the information, but you know the direction of that resource. So rotate, and then you see that is Dolivine. It will only show you the resource once you ping and figure out what that resource is. For example, that unknown over there, it will not show you the unknown. So you have to go closer to the unknown and keep pinging until the unknown becomes known. So Aratite. And now zoom in. You will see 2 Aratite. You can target each one of them. And now let's try to figure out this thing. And now, oh! Actually, it works on the big display as well. You can see those target ships. But what if I target one ship? No, it doesn't show me my targeted ship. It's not sync with the pilot. But it does work. Okay, my ship is getting hit, but let's take a look. Oh! Never mind. I don't know what's going on. I think someone has to sit on the pilot seat for this to work. Because clearly the ships are flying around me really close and shoot at me. But this thing doesn't display anymore. So now the moment I sit on the pilot seat, and it works. Look at that. Yeah, so someone has to sit on the pilot seat in order for the display to show. And now it shows a lot more ships. There's one ship down there. Has to be a player ship. Let's see. Yeah, it shows white. I see some NPCs here, but on my tactical display, it doesn't show the ground troops. It only shows the resources and the ships. So this is it for this video. I hope it is helpful. Thank you for watching. Another very useful tip for using the tactical display is at a jump gate when you try to jump to another system. So I just arrived at the Stanton Gateway on Nick's system. So right now, when I first arrived, there is a problem. Sometimes it's really difficult to find where the jump tunnel is at. So a lot of times you have to go to third person to look around. Of course, this one, I just saw it, is behind me right there. But sometimes the jump gate is quite far from the station. So even in third person, sometimes it's quite difficult to find. So what you do is to zoom out on your tactical display. And then you will see the red bubble on this direction related to your ship. Now you know where to maneuver your ship and then find the jump tunnel. The jump tunnel, sometimes this bubble is outside of your tactical display, but you can still see where the direction is for this thing. And now it's right in front of you. Okay, fingers crossed. Hopefully I jump to Stanton this time. Nope. Back to Nick's.